us to go into a very required conversation. I like to describe it like it's required a conversation. It's a conversation we must have. Now, in about a few days' time, it will be 4 weeks, or is it 4 months now, when the state of emergency was declared. All right, sorry for that break in transmission. Yes, I was telling you about the fact that it's about 4 months, or in a few days' time, it will be 4 months since the declaration of a state of emergency, and the state of emergency brought about the suspension of both the executive and legislative arms of government. Now, a few weeks back, sometime beginning of this month, we saw reconciliatory processes done by, the political gladiators who were at each other's jugular, which brought about, the state of emergency in the state. We saw them shake hands and visit the president, and they said, "Hey, we are at peace with each other. We love each other. We are brothers keeper," and that's how they made it sound. And after that conversation, I remember there were several conversations on radio and social media, and the pages of newspaper. People were saying, "Oh, okay, now that there is the reconciliation, it means that we will return to democratic norms, which will be the reinstituting or bringing back the legislative and executive arms of government." But as it stands, there is a bit of quietness when it relates to resumption of democratic activities by both arms of government. Today we saw the swearing in and also a court judgment, or a court pronouncement saying that you cannot bring RISEC ESCO under the sole administration. So we'll look at all of those things, all of that. I'm still stumbling, so I'm going to do less talking and invite my guest on the show right now. I'm talking with J.C. Williams. He's a Rivers-based lawyer, and he does a bit of politics as well. He's been doing that for a while. It's good to have you on the show, J.C. Welcome on the show.
Thank you, Kalada.
I saw how you had to run in traffic, I guess.
The traffic is crazy out there.
All right, let's quickly get into the matters arising. First question I want to throw at you is looking at how the whole reconciliatory process went by a few weeks ago. Are you surprised that the governor's not been reinstated, is not returned to the brick house? That's like the main question I want to ask you today.
Yeah, thank you once again, Galada. If I'm surprised, nothing surprises me again in River State.
But were you expecting that the governor would return after, the shaking of hands?
The first question should be, was I expecting that kind of reconciliation?
We talked about it 2 weeks ago, yeah?
Yes,
yeah, and you said you were
Is it nobody? I said nobody is against anybody reconciling with anybody.
Okay.
But here the River State is involved, and that reconciliation is at what cost?
Yeah, that was the question.
And you see, because if the foundation is faulty, the point is that nothing can stand. If a purported reconciliation, as they call it, is done, I mean, to the average Rivers man, we don't understand what is happening in River State as of today. So, is in the midst of all that, nothing legal anymore. It is. In fact, the illegal things are the things that are working and succeeding now in River State. So, for whether anybody is inaugurating whatever.
No, we'll get to that.
Yes.
But the question I want you to look at once again, both as a legal practitioner, as a politician, is, when the reconciliation, both camps were celebrating it. There was of noise about the reconciliatory process. There were also instructions: no more fighting, no more insults. Even the governor had to disband his simplified movement. But after all of that, one expected that the governor would have returned to brick house. And I'm asking if that was also your expectation. Your surprise it has not happened just yet.
That's why I said there was no surprises, because they know how the people. You remember one of my interviews here with you. I said something. I said President Tinubu knows the two people that are fighting in Rivers State, and that those two persons, fortunately or unfortunately, one of them appears to be on the side of Rivers people. That's why people like me got involved.